Hello, hello. Welcome. I am so excited. Tonight I'm going to be sharing the biggest mistake to avoid, the biggest dating mistake to avoid. If you're looking for a serious relationship, if you're looking to attract that partner who's ready for a committed relationship, you do not want to miss this because, once again, in just a few moments, I'll be sharing the biggest mistake to avoid when dating and looking to actually make that connection and have that committed relationship. So I'm super excited to share this with you because for many of you that are out there dating, or looking to connect with someone who wants what you want, who's looking for a relationship, it can be daunting not knowing where to start and how to go about it. And for starters, that's the biggest mistake, right? Not having a plan. Now, for many of those people that wing it or think that they're going to go with the flow, let's be honest, right? Who's controlling this flow? Like, if you want to think about a river or a large body of water that has a flow, right? The tides are controlling the flow. But in a relationship, who's controlling the flow? If you don't have a plan, you don't really know how you're going at it and you're just kind of winging it. I want to share a couple of things that happens that makes this the biggest mistake. For starters, those and studies shown, right? Those that wing it or go at the dating thing, right? Unintentionally, but just kind of going at it for the sake of it, right? In hopes of, but without a plan, tend to ignore red flags, and they tend to settle for people and settle for relationships and settle for situations that are not quite what they want because they are going with the flow, right? So once again, you want to really think about it. If you're someone who is looking to date, you're a successful woman, you are driven, you really know that you want a relationship and a partnership, you want to think about, right, how am I going to get there. It's very similar to, and I shared this a bit with my private group, but it's a little bit like navigating or going somewhere brand new, right, and not having a navigation system, not having a map, not having some way or some kind of directions, right, on how to get there. You'd get lost. And if by some, right, by some magical force you happen to make it there, you probably went around in circles 20 times, right? As passed by the same corner store 50 times. You're over here frustrated, not knowing, right? Going around in circles, repeating the same, right? The same patterns, the same journey, and not getting to the place where you want to be, which is in a partnership, meeting someone who you deeply connect with, who's ready for a serious relationship, right? At that, after that whole journey, right? After all of that, you're looking to actually connect with someone who's worth your while, who's genuine. And now that I think about it, I don't even know if I introduced myself. I'm just so on fire. For those of you that are new, welcome. I'm Christina Abad. I'm a love and relationship coach. I help driven and ambitious women date and meet their match so that they can enjoy a healthy and lasting relationship. But just picture that, right? Trying to get somewhere and not having any sense of direction, not really knowing where you're going, and just kind of doing the same thing over and over again. And I get it, right? Sometimes you need that guidance. You need that GPS. You need those directions, phone a friend. You make a right here. You make a left there at the fire hydrant, right? Some kind of direction to get you to where you're going. And if you feel this way, especially about relationships where you're frustrated, you're kind of going with the flow, you think you're doing the things that you're supposed to be, you're showing up the way that you're supposed to, you're going on these dates, maybe you're online dating, yet something isn't working for you, then I want to share with you. And matter of fact, I want to ask you a question. Do you actually have a plan, right? Do you have some sort of guidance? Do you have something that you are going by that it's going to allow you to get to where you want to be? Because that is one of the main things that I work on when I work with my clients, is building that game plan. And once again, I wanted to share with you that not having one is one of the biggest mistakes, because once again, you're going to keep going in circles, repeating patterns, doing the things that you think, right, are right, or doing the things that are sabotaging yourself potentially without even realizing it, because you don't have a plan, because you don't have something to measure it against, right? Now, what I do want to share is, once again, it's the biggest mistake, right? Not knowing where you're going. If you're going with the flow, whose flow is it, right? And that's once again what tends to happen. Studies show that those that don't have a plan, that are not dating intentionally, that are not really, having goals when it comes to their relationships, right? And this is pre-dating and then post, right? Like once you're in a relationship, having goals that you're accomplishing together is such a huge gap and such a huge downfall, because then what are you, right? What are you working towards? And I want to ask you that question because it's super important for you ladies that are looking to meet that right person, that are out there dating without a plan, winging it, going with the flow, and being tossed around by these waves, right? Going around in circles because you feel like it's now you're just kind of digging in a haystack for a needle, right? You're out there, you don't really know what's going on. You're hoping that you meet the right person, and then you meet someone, you might have some chemistry, right? But here's the truth. When you're super grounded and you have a plan, right? You know the kind of relationship that you want, the kind of partner that you're looking for. When you are so grounded and so clear on what you are available and unavailable for, that's when the magic starts to happen. That's when you are not frustrated anymore, right? No one can disappoint you because you are clear on what you want. You're not going with the flow. You're not letting, right, people run circles around you or talk good game to you, but you're really clear on the kind of relationship, the kind of partnership that you're looking to experience, and you're not going to settle for less, right? Because once again, when you go with the flow, you tend to ignore those red flags. You tend to be so excited about this possibility that everything else goes out the window, right? And you're just excited to be able to get to know someone. But here's the truth. You also want to be aware that they're as excited to get to know you, that they're meeting you where you want to be met, right? And that you're not just out there with your hopes and your heart looking to make a relationship happen when they're not on the same page as you are. So once again, I want to share that with you because for those of you ladies that are out there that are dating, you might find yourself in these situations where you're frustrated, you're tired of the same old same, and you're really looking to do things different. And for starters, I want to ask you, do you have a plan, right? Do you have some kind of guidance? Because if you don't, I'd be so excited to share with you my free guide on dating so that you can find success. You can find clarity. Hey, welcome. You can have that roadmap that is going to help you get to dating success, to meeting the guys that are available emotionally, that are looking for love, that are also wanting to build a genuine connection, who want a relationship and are just looking for the right match, just like you. So with that said, if you'd like that guide, drop me the word guide in the comments. I'll send it straight to you. And don't forget that that is the biggest mistake, not having a plan, winging it, because then once again, it's like driving right to somewhere brand new, first time ever, right? Successful relationship, emotionally available, right? You're driving to this unknown destination with no GPS, no map, no sense of direction. And that's how, right, you're going to get lost. That's how you're going to get frustrated when you don't have a plan, when you're going with the flow and you're getting tossed side to side, right? So don't forget, if you need the guide so that you can get started on building that plan, then shoot me the word guide. I'd be so excited to share it with you. It's one of the biggest tools that I use when I work with my clients to really help them get focused and clear on the kind of relationship that they want. So if you're looking for that, don't forget, reach out. You don't have to do it alone. And with that said, don't go with the flow. Have a plan. Know what you want and anchor yourself into that. That way you'll never again settle for less. So with that said, stay blessed. Remember to choose you, choose love, and I will see you soon. Bye.